making Kinder Bueno stuffed brownies. These are really easy and super delicious. You're gonna love this recipe. Let's go and make them. For anybody that loves a bit of Kinder chocolate, then this is gonna be for you, because inside of these brownies are gonna be these Kinder Buenos, and we're gonna bake them like that. These are so good, and we can bake them in our Ninja Foodies. So to start with, let's get my bowl here on my scales. This is my bowl that goes with my food mixer. Gonna start off with caster sugar and melted butter. So caster sugar, we want 250 grams. So let's get that in to start with. I'm actually making these for my son. He's going away with the school on a trip to Belgium. And he said, Mum, can you make me something nice, like a proper sweet treat that everyone's going to absolutely love on the coach? So I am making these for him. Into that, I add melted butter, and that is 170 grams. And now I'm going to just give this a mix. Let's get that under there. I've got the whisk attachment on, and let's whisk that together. Okay, that's nice and light in colour now, and that has really been whisked together well, so they're nicely combined. Into there, we want to mix in 3 large eggs. There's my eggs going in, and mix again. I'm just melting some dark chocolate that we're going to need to put into here, 250 grams of dark chocolate. And we also want some sort of chocolate spread, Nutella, whatever you want to choose. And let me just get my scales on, and then let's weigh this into the mixture. So we want 150 grams. So it's a fair amount of chocolate spread for this to make this taste so incredible. It's very naughty but nice, this one. Just trying to get that spot on if I can. One more little bit. There we are. 150 grams that is. Just mixing through the chocolate spread, and then in a moment we can mix through our melted chocolate as well. Now I have got the melted chocolate. Whoa, look at this. Really rich and indulgent, this one. 250 grams of dark chocolate, that is. Let's combine that. Okay, last few ingredients now to go in. I'm going to sift in my plain flour, and we want 100 grams of this. Okay, so let's sift that in. 100 grams of plain flour. And these are the dry ingredients going in now. You can see how much finer the texture is. It is worth doing. So we are getting close. Oh, I might not have been far off with my guesstimation there. Right, 100 grams. Let's put that back in the packet. Now I've got some cocoa powder, and we want 30 grams sifted into here. And then the last thing to balance that chocolate is a little bit of salt. So you want around a teaspoon roughly. Now I'm going to use my spatula that I had earlier. I'm just going to take the scales away. We don't need those now. And I'm just going to fold in those dry ingredients into all of that wet mixture that we've got there. And it really isn't going to take a lot of effort just to get this in. It mixes together very quickly, this. And it's going to be quite a thick mixture. Remember, these are brownies. Oh, this is looking really good, and it smells so intense. The chocolate is incredible. If you're a chocolate fan, you're going to need to try these. Of course, you could make exactly the same brownie batter and put something different in it. So if you're not a massive fan of Kinder Bueno, then you could add something different in by all means. Okay, look at that. Glossy, thick, and really well combined. I'm using my trusty Ninja Foodi bakeware set. So this is the baking tin that comes with that set. There's a link over on my website if you do want to get this. Also, these parchment papers have been really, really great, these ones that I've got last time, and they are linked as well on my accessories page on the website. And they're nice and deep, and they're quite thick as well, and they weren't expensive, but I've really enjoyed these. Yeah, so I just find it easier for me just to line the tin. It just means I know that I can get it out really easily. So we've got around half the mixture here on the bottom. I'm just going to push that right to the edges. Okay, so we've got a nice layer there. And now we go in with our Kinder Bueno layer. To be honest, it doesn't really matter how you do this. It's a circular tin. These are never going to fit absolutely perfectly. I'm probably just going to cut mine up and make them fit the best I can as I go along. Each one is wrapped individually like this, so it does take a little while. I'm just going to lay in the ones that are going to fit whole like this. And then we can start cutting the other ones up to get those in. There you go. You can see now that that one I've just broken off a small section, and we can tuck that one in there. And then the same there. Make that a little 2 and that will fit. Oh, we've got one that got a bit crushed up. Look at that one. That looks a bit sorry for itself, doesn't it? Never mind. That's not going to matter. And that took me around 4.5 Kinder Bueno bars. They come like this in a pack of 2. So I had, I've used 4.5 of those. So let's get that top layer of brownie mixture now over the top of this. So just sort of dollop it on and then we can spread it out in a moment. Right, that is all my brownie mixture now used. And now just spread that out with your spatula right to those edges so that is fully covered and you can't see any of that. I'm going to put this on to bake, so it's going to be very similar to if you was cooking this in your oven. Tell you what, that is heavy. That is a lot of ingredients in there. And that is going to feed loads of people as well. That's going to just be absolutely delicious. So let's get the lid down onto bake. I'm going to lower the temperature. I want it at 170. And I'm going to keep an eye on these, as I always do, because the Ninja can be a little bit unpredictable with baking. I do find that. I'm going to set it for 25 and see how we get on. 25 minutes is up. I did actually cover this with foil because when you bake things in the Ninja and they're a little bit higher, even on a lower temperature, they just colour way too much. So let's look where we are at. That is definitely not quite done. We do have a bit of a crust on the top. I think let's go another 5 minutes and we'll see where we're at. So it's had 25. Let's go with another 5. So I ended up giving this 35 minutes. I mean, there is a lot of mixture in there. And remember, the Ninja is always a little bit different to when you bake in your oven. So it's got that kind of crispy top that you get with a brownie, but I can feel that it is fairly soft underneath still. Now, the key thing with these is to take this out, let it cool completely, put it in the fridge. So you can go in the fridge overnight, or if not, 3-4 hours is going to be good. And do that before you cut it up. These taste absolutely incredible. That dark chocolate brownie with that Bueno filling. Absolutely indulgent and so, so good. Let me know if you make these, if you enjoy them. Don't forget to give me a like as well on the video. I would much appreciate it. And subscribe if you're new here as well. These are pretty mega.